Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with y'all what this whole bin situation is here. This video is going to be all about what I put in my breastfeeding basket, which goes next to my bed when I'm home with baby boy, and also how you can have your own breastfeeding basket, what you should have in it. I also have a checklist for y'all if you want to print one out. It will be down below in the description box. It is free. It's just a free printable, something really simple. But if you're like me and you love lists and checking things off and that's satisfying to you, then definitely check that out. But before we get started, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. I would love to have you here in my little Soul Tribe Mama family. And without further ado, let's get right into what I have in my breastfeeding basket and how you can make one too. Okay, I want to start out with what I'm using as a basket. Some people will actually go out and buy those really cute little baskets you can find at like TJ Maxx and Target, and make their own little breastfeeding basket. And I think that that looks really pretty and really nice. But for me, I need more than just that next to the bed. So I don't want to have 3 different baskets sitting next to my bed and have to lean over and grab stuff. Because not only are you going to need stuff for breastfeeding, but you're going to need all of baby's stuff, whether it's diapers and clothes, extra items for them, and then maybe even some postpartum things or snacks. So instead of trying to figure out how to put 3 or 4 different bins next to the bed, I decided I wanted to go with this 3-tiered tray, and it is on wheels so that I can move it away from the bed or closer to the bed. My husband even jokes I can like pull it behind me around the house if I need to go in another room and do something and I still need all of these things. I probably won't do that, but it was just a good idea, I guess. But again, having the 3 tiers is definitely going to help, because I'm gonna need a lot of things and you are gonna need a lot of things as well. So starting out, the top tier is gonna be mainly for breastfeeding. The middle tier, I'm doing this mainly for, well, it is breastfeeding, but it is for myself. And then the bottom tier is where I put baby boy's stuff. And even though this video is technically all about breastfeeding, I will be showing you exactly what I'm putting in this tray. All the way down to the bottom. I will show you guys what I end up putting in here for baby or baby's basket as well. So let's start at the top. Like I said, this is going to be the stuff that you're going to need pretty consistently. So obviously we have my breast pump here. I still have it in the box. This one is the LV pump, so it is wireless. They look like little boobies, and you stick it in your bra, and that way if I'm up and walking around or doing something, I'm not tied down to a cord or having to sit in the bed and like hold 2 pumps on each one of my boobs. So I'm really excited to try this out this time. I think it's going to be amazing for me. So the reason it's still in the box, I wouldn't leave this box up here once I get home. I will have everything out of it, and I will have it just sitting up here at the top with all the extra parts too. Make sure that you keep the extra pieces up there, because let's say you're pumping and the flange is, you know, hurting you and you need a different size, and you have different sizes, but now you have to go find them. Don't do that. Just put everything up here in the top area until you figure out exactly which pieces you're going to need most of the time. And then once you get down to that point, you're getting to be a pro at this pumping thing. So there's no big deal. You can take those pieces away. But for now, it's in the box. Just looks nice and pretty up there. Will not be looking this pretty once I get home and have to use all these things. Next thing I'm going to have are breast milk pads. Now these are the things that you put in your bra on your nipples to make sure that if you do leak at all, it catches it. These are the disposable ones, but they are organic. I love this company, and I will have this link down below for you guys if you guys are interested in disposable ones. I am not a fan of the washable ones, mainly because it's just a thick piece of cotton and it can leak through that and onto your shirt, and to me it's kind of pointless. So I would rather have these, but you shouldn't have to use these very often if you are pumping in between breastfeeding and also using this Haka right here. I seriously recommend this. I'm very excited to use this because whenever I would breastfeed the baby on one side, I would have one of my pads on the other side, and you can feel your nipple on that other side to start to get stimulated and let down milk. And I would hate just knowing that I was losing that milk. And even if it was just a teeny tiny bit, I still want to keep as much as possible so I can build a stash, which is why not only am I breastfeeding, I am pumping. Now, some mamas may only want to pump and be exclusively pumping, which again, this is still going to be perfect for you. And then there's going to be mamas that only want to breastfeed, and that's great. It doesn't matter which one you are, you're still going to need most of these things. If you're just breastfeeding, obviously you're not going to need the pump, and if you're just pumping, you're probably not going to need this xoxo right here. But if you are breastfeeding, I definitely recommend this guy. You can find this on Amazon. They also have their own little shop that you can buy it from, but seriously, so amazing. I did find out after I bought this one that they do have one named the Butterfly, I think, and it looks more like a cup that sits inside your bra. So if you don't want to have this, you know, suctioned onto one side and sticking out, and afraid that maybe baby kicks it or you kick it, afraid that baby kicks it or you hit it with your arm or something and it pops off by accident and you lose all that milk, they do have one that's like a little cup looking thing that you can put inside the bra, and that way it catches any excess that comes out while baby's breastfeeding on the other side. So again, I have my xoxo up here, I've got my breast pump, I've got my breast milk pads, and then I also have some breast milk storage bags. Now, I'm not going to put a ton of these up here because once I pour this into a storage bag, I'm probably going to immediately go and put it in the fridge or ring a little bell and tell my hubby to come in and get it so I don't have to get up. So you don't need to have a ton of those bags here. I only have, I think, like 3 or 4 sitting up there because, like I said, you don't want the breast milk to just sit in room temperature for too long. I cannot remember exactly how many hours. I think it could be like up to an hour that it can sit, but after that you want to make sure that you're either putting it in the freezer or in the refrigerator. Next thing I'm going to have in here is an extra nursing bra. This one is the Auden brand from Target. It has, I call these like night nursing bras because this is probably the most comfortable thing you can wear at nighttime, and you don't have to worry about clips and clipping and unclipping. It just pulls right open in the front. Pull that booby out, breastfeed baby, or even if you have to pump, again, you can pull it to the side and put the pumps on there. Or obviously with the LV, I don't have to pull this to the side, I just slip it right inside the bra. But just have an extra one just in case maybe you want to change it, or maybe you leak too much one night and it's just gross feeling, so you take that one off. You have an extra one sitting right next to the bed. You do not have to get up and hurt yourself or feel uncomfortable trying to walk from the bed to your closet or your drawers or anything like that. So always have an extra one on hand. Next thing I have up here is my nipple cream. Now this stuff, oh my gosh, y'all, I love this stuff. My friend actually gave me this as a gift with my last pregnancy, and ever since I've used this, this is the only nipple cream I will ever use, or nipple balm. This is organic. It is from the same company that sells these breast pads, and the other reason I love this is because baby can actually breastfeed right away. So let's say you're cluster feeding, you had just put some on and then realized, oh, baby's still hungry. You don't have to sit there and wipe your boob off or your nipple off, hurting yourself again, because that's not very comfortable having to constantly wipe your nipple. So that's one reason I love it. The other reason I love it is the consistency. It's not really thick and goopy. If you know what coconut oil looks like and feels like, it's like hard at first, and then once it gets the heat from your finger and rubbing it on your skin, it kind of smooths out, and then it soaks in really, really well to your nipples. So I definitely recommend this brand if you need some nipple cream, but definitely need to have this right here at the top so I can get it and use it as much as I need to. Now, talking about wiping off, if you do need to wipe off any excess milk that's like leaked all over your boob, it gets really sticky and it's just not fun. So I do have a package of water wipes up here. I can also use these as wipes for baby whenever I'm changing his diaper. So it's kind of doing, you know, double work there. But I do like the water wipes because they are gentle, it's mainly water, and it's an easier way to clean off your body without just trying to use a towel or something like that. So definitely have some water wipes handy, ready to go. Next thing I have up here is my Yeti Cup, which right now there's nothing in it. You need to be drinking tons and tons of fluids when you're breastfeeding and pumping, especially to keep that milk flow up and keep your milk supply up. So having a cup full of water on hand constantly is going to be your best friend. Like, you're going to need this at all times. So this doesn't have the lid and the straw on it yet, but I will have my lid and straw, my drink, and of course it sits right at the top so that I can grab it whenever I need to. And then I've just put some extra water bottles in here. If you like Gatorade, put Gatorade in there, like a mixture of Gatorade and water, so that you're getting a little bit of both. But that way, again, I don't have to get up when I'm out of water in here. I don't have to immediately get up and go fill it up. I already have extra ones sitting up here ready to go. Like I said, y'all, the least amount of times that you have to try to like get up and move around is going to be way better for you, at least for that first week or two that you're healing and trying to get on a schedule. I say schedule, I don't mean a schedule for your baby, because newborns will never have a schedule, but at least for yourself with your pumping schedule, your breastfeeding schedule, when you're sleeping, all of those things. You don't want to have to get up in between all of that because you need more water or you need snacks or whatever else. Try to put all those necessities up top first. Now we're going to move down to the second tier. Now this second tier is going to be mainly for snacks and vitamins and things like that that I'm going to need. Now I don't have a fridge in my room, so anything that needs to be cool, like yogurt, which I really recommend having yogurt, or like if you have fruits that you want to keep cold, whether it's grapes or apples or veggies. Obviously you don't want to leave those sitting in here at room temperature. I'm not a fan of that. I don't want to eat room temperature, you know, carrot sticks and cheese sticks and yogurt and things like that. That kind of stuff obviously I cannot keep here, but the rest of the things that I can keep here, so that if I get that urge and I need to snack, which you will be snacking quite a bit, so you have to keep your calorie intake high to keep that milk flow going and keep your milk supply up. So you are definitely going to be eating and snacking a lot, and these are the things that I like the most. Now obviously these are my opinion and these are just my favorites. If you have something that's different, then definitely get what you like and put it in here, but I'm going to show y'all what I have just to give you some ideas. So first, let's start with vitamins. I am keeping my prenatals next to the bed. If you guys watched my last video on hospital bag and like packing for my hospital bag, I talked about prenatals, because if my bottle is still full, then I definitely want to finish this bottle. I'm not just going to stop taking it because there's not a baby in my stomach. I need to make sure that I'm still getting all of those nutrients and vitamins back into my system. And especially if you're breastfeeding or pumping, that goes into your milk as well and giving it to your baby. So technically, you're still giving it to your baby some way, shape, or form, even though baby's just not in your tummy anymore. I will continue to take these even after I'm not pregnant. So these are next to the bed, and then I've got some protein bars here, which I've also shown y'all these in my hospital bag one, because I did bring these with me to the hospital as well. So these, just any kind that you like, you know, I only have 3 with me right now. So just any kind you like, just throw those in there. That's a quick, easy fix, you know, if you're really hungry and you need something in your stomach. And then I recommend some Lactation Cookies or brownies. Now these are the ones that you can buy at Target or Walmart. They come in a big old package, and then the package has like 10 little bags in it with like 6 cookies or something like that in there. Different flavors. I have the chocolate chip oatmeal flavor. I really like these, and again, just super easy to open, munch on real quick. I also bring these with me to the hospital so that if I need a snack, that I'm getting this, but then it's also helping with my milk supply. Now, I did say this in my other video as well, I really recommend Milky Mama. They make fresh brownies and cookies and all kinds of other things for you to eat that are really good for you and for your milk supply. They bake them fresh and then send them to you immediately. They deliver them to your house. They're so amazing, y'all. So I will have that company link down below for you to check out everything that they have. So once I run out of these, I'm probably gonna order the Milky Mama brownies or cookies. I just love them. Next thing I'm gonna have in here is, these are the Nature Valley Granola Cup peanut butter and chocolate. They do come in almond butter as well, but these are so delicious, y'all. It's like having a Reese's peanut butter cup, but with granola in it. So this is really yummy. And again, with the granola, for me, I'm a granola fan. So the granola is going to help fill me up a little bit faster, and it's going to give me all that extra nutrients that I need. When I was home with my last baby, breastfeeding and trying to catch up on sleep, my husband actually found these and brought them to me to try because he knew I loved peanut butter and chocolate. And ever since then, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in love with these things. I eat them all the time, but I definitely love eating them and having them next to the bed when I'm breastfeeding and pumping. Next thing I have are just some plain old Ritz peanut butter crackers. Again, if y'all can't tell, I love peanut butter and chocolate. These, again, just something super simple and easy to grab. If I'm getting kind of bored with what I already have here, I can grab this. Next thing I have is this birthday cake granola from Safe and Fair Company. I love this stuff. I eat it just by the handful, but like I said, if I tell my husband to, hey, bring me a yogurt, I really want some yogurt, he'll bring it to me from the fridge, and then I can pour some of this in there and eat it together. Just something really yummy to have on hand. Next thing I have on this bin is from I Am Nurtured. This is their New Mama postnatal vitamin drink. So this is actually going to have quite a few vitamins in it on top of my prenatals that I'm taking. But it's supposed to help with lactation, milk supply. It's supposed to help with your mood and postpartum. It's supposed to help with sleep and energy. So I have not tried this yet. I am actually 39 weeks and 4 days today as I'm filming this video, so baby could come tonight, tomorrow, who knows, but I have not tried it yet, so I'm really excited to try this. But it just opens, the bag opens up, and there are little single serve packets that you put in your water, you mix it up, and then you drink it. I'm going to drink this at least once a day. And like I said, it's just going to help replenish. It's going to give me hydration. It's going to help with all these other things. So I want to have this on hand so that I can mix it into my water at least once a day. Next thing that I don't have up here, and I also talked about this in my hospital bag video, is the liquid IV packets. Now these packets are just going to multiply your hydration intake, which is what you're going to want and what you're going to need when you're breastfeeding and pumping. You need to drink lots of water, like I said, and there are going to be days where you're just tired of water and you're kind of thirsty, you just want something different, but you need to have that in your body to help with your milk supply and milk flow. So I just believe, well, shoot, if I'm pouring that thing in my drink and it's multiplying my hydration by 3 times, I am totally down with that. So I definitely recommend at least trying it out and seeing how it works for you. And I am for sure gonna have some of those. So I will have that sitting in this tier as well. Next thing I'm gonna have here that it's actually on its way right now. It should be here in the next couple of days, that I ordered. I want to talk about this because I think this product is amazing. I do not get paid by this company. I don't get paid by any of these companies, actually. This video is not sponsored or anything like that. This is my real honest opinions and reviews on products that I've used through my last 3 pregnancies and postpartum, and now my 4th pregnancy and soon to be postpartum journey. And this one is the same company that makes those brownies and cookies that I was talking about, Milky Mama. They also have an herbal supplement that you can take, and it comes in a little drop bottle, and you put like 2 to 3 drops under your tongue about 2 times a day, maybe even 3 times a day. And all it is just the concentrated herbal supplements that you need that really, really help with whether it's let down, milk flow, or you need help building more milk supply and getting your body to produce more milk. Depending on what your issue is or what you're wanting it for, they have those herbal supplements that you can take. I started using this product when I was breastfeeding my last baby, my daughter, and I really noticed a difference in how much I was getting to pump out, and my milk stash was getting bigger. So I definitely recommend this company. At least, you know, go check it out and do your own research if you want to. But the one that I ordered is called Milk Goddess, and it's gonna have 3 different herbal supplements in it to help with building my milk supply. I don't really have a problem you know, getting my milk to come in or with the letdown or anything like that. My biggest issue has always been just keeping that milk supply going and making sure that my body knows to like keep on making as much milk as possible. So not only my son is getting what he needs, but I'm also able to make a milk stash. I would love to go past 6 months this time. That's about as far as I got with my daughter. So that's my goal. So since that's my goal, I want to have a plan in place. If you do not have a plan in place for breastfeeding or even pumping, you are gonna fail. It's not something that we just like have this baby and our bodies just know everything and we know everything in this motherly instinct. You know, some may have that to an extent and some are not going to. And breastfeeding and even pumping can be a very hard journey to go through. It's not easy. You have to keep yourself on a schedule. You have to make sure that you're taking in enough calories and water. You have to make sure baby's latching well. You know, there's a lot of things that go into this. And if you're not consistent and you don't stick with it, then your milk supply is gonna drop and next thing you know, it's gonna dry up. And if that's not what you want, and you want to try to keep going, you have to have some kind of plan and schedule, which is why, like I said, I bring these with me to the hospital. Even though the first 3 days after you have baby, you're only gonna have colostrum come out. It is not gonna look like milk. You're not gonna have this big full, you know, milk supply coming in. It's just the colostrum, which is really the most important part that baby needs to get first. So those first 3 days is what they're getting. But I'm going to immediately start taking lactation cookies, my drops, all of the things that I know are going to help me get my milk supply going. I'm going to start taking immediately because I want my body to be triggered to know, oh, okay, I need to make more. I need to make sure that baby's getting enough. So that is what my plan is. Now that may not work for everybody because some people end up having an oversupply of milk and engorgement problems. So like I said, just try to understand your body. Just know how to listen to it, to figure out what feels right, what doesn't feel right, what you think you need. Obviously, they have plenty of lactation consultants that you can consult with and try to get some kind of game plan going. But like I said, make sure that you have some sort of schedule ready in your mind. It may change because newborns are not going to stay on a schedule. They're pretty much going to make your schedule for you. So just be ready for that, but at least have that in your mind. Like, okay, if I breastfeed, right after I breastfeed, I'm going to pump so that my body gets triggered and knows, oh, it's totally empty. I need to make more milk. And stick with that plan so that you can keep going. And because I did that with my daughter, I was able to go 6 months, and I even had plenty of milk left over in my freezer when I stopped breastfeeding to keep on giving her that and transition her from breast milk to regular milk or formula, whatever it was. And then like I said, this time around, I would love to go past that. I would love to go a whole 12 months if possible. So I'm trying to be as prepared as I can. And like I said earlier, I will have Milky Mama linked down below, and I will even have the specific products that I like linked from their website. So if you guys want to look into those, you can. And then last but not least, for breastfeeding, like I said, with the checklist, this is just a very simple checklist. There's not a whole lot on here, but if you are a list person, I will have this linked down below for you to print out and be able, you know, check it off as you go, as you put your basket together. Now let's move on to the cute stuff. The bottom tier of this tray, like I said, is going to have baby stuff in it. So I'm going to show you what I have in here. It's very simple, it's pretty minimal, but again, it's going to help you out a ton because you do not want to have to constantly get up. Like I said, the only time you should be getting up is to go to the bathroom and change your pads and your underwear maybe, or whatever else from having a baby and having to heal and put on creams and all that. That should be the only time you have to get up. The rest of the time you should be in that bed with the baby, you know, putting them in their bassinet next to you or feeding them, hanging out with them. You're resting, you're breastfeeding, you're pumping, whatever it may be. The less times you have to get up, the better. Breastfeeding stuff, I've got my snacks and everything here, and then this bottom tray is for baby. And the main stuff is in here, nothing crazy. So obviously diapers, wipes, I have passies and clips if I need extras. I have extra beanies. I have extra clothes, and I have extra swaddles or blankets in case we need those. So I will just show y'all just how I kind of put it together. It's not, you know, anything fancy by any means, but, you know, just in case you guys want to see what it looks like. Okay, y'all, so here we go. So this is kind of like the front, I guess, is the way I put this together. So I have an extra muslin swaddle right here. I have his little passy and clip here. If you have a ton of these, I would recommend at least having some kind of little bowl or little tin or something to keep them in, to put in here so that they're all just not thrown in there at the bottom. I only have one, at least for right now, so I only have the one that I have to stick in here. So here are his diapers. I put quite a few in here so that way I don't run out that quickly. And then I've got some wipes right here. And then here are some of his beanies. I have more than this, but I'm just trying to keep a couple on hand. And then I have tops here. We've got some pants and joggers down here. And then at the very bottom, I have his little footed sleepers, which he's probably going to live in the footed sleepers. Those will probably be on the top. But when I put it together, I just kind of threw it in this way. But that is it, y'all. That's it for baby boy. The other thing you could put in here is butt cream if you know you're gonna need it, or I am having a boy and he will be circumcised, so they give me a little packet with all the different creams and gauzes and stuff that I have to use when I change his diaper. So I will have that in here as well, just to have it ready right next to the bed. So every time I change him, we are good to go. Last but not least, I just wanted to show y'all the top that I'm wearing. This is the leopard pajama button-down top from Target. This material is so comfy, and the reason I wore this for this video is because this is probably what I will be living in the first at least 2, 3, 4 weeks of baby boy being home with us and breastfeeding. It's going to be really easy to just unbutton the buttons. I have my nursing bra on and be able to pull out and just breastfeed baby that way. So I definitely recommend having a really good pair of button-down PJs, or at least a button-down shirt to wear, unless you're wanting to just lounge around in your nursing bra, then obviously do that by all means. But if you do want to wear PJs or a shirt, I always recommend Target has like the best selection when it comes to colors and the texture of it. I feel like theirs are always the softest, so I definitely love those. And they come in long sleeve, and like I said, different patterns, so definitely have those on hand. You could even have an extra one of these in this 3-tiered tray just ready to go, so that if you want to change, and again, you don't want to have to get up and go to your closet or go to your drawers, you have an extra one on hand as well. That concludes my breastfeeding basket video. What's in my basket, how you can have one for yourself, and what you need to put in it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. And I really hope that you learned something, or that you got some ideas to help you out, because those first month or two of being home with a newborn baby is the hardest time. You're trying to get sleep, you're trying to keep up with breastfeeding or pumping, you're trying to keep up with baby, and then if you're like me and have other kids at home and a husband and a house and all of those things, it can be a little overwhelming and a lot that goes on. So that's why I recommend trying to get all this stuff done before you have baby, because you are not going to want to do it when newborn baby comes. Try to get yourself either one of these rolling trays, or at least a basket that you can put next to the bed or on your nightstand with all your essentials right there next to you, ready to use. You don't have to get up. You don't have to try to put this thing together when you've already had a baby and you're home and barely awake half the time. So again, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all on my next one. Bye.